Hey guys, today I'm just going to be talking about this device here. It's called the boox page. I know it's a bit outdated now that the boox Go Color 7 is kind of a thing now and sort of destroys this, but it's whatever. This is my first real e-reader. I was pretty excited to get it. I never really imagined myself to be somebody who buys e-readers. I don't really read books, I guess. But I think for the past year or so, I've been really into reading manga, and having a dedicated reader for that was something that really appealed to me. Of course, previously I used my phone, on Tachiyomi, but stuff like here, it does emit light, of course, which is kind of annoying, and especially for a lot of things, a lot of a lot of um, a lot of manga, you really can't you know, even if I have it one hand, it's an experience, and the one-handed experience is super nice with the volume buttons. Um, However, it's probably a two-hand operation, given that, especially for something like this, which is super like four coma and so there's 8 panels, and um, especially with texts that are super small, like text dense, like Bochi the Rock here. It can get real annoying to read, or I guess unpleasant. Like I found myself reading, like if I when I read something that I really liked, I felt like it was kind of like a waste, that I couldn't really appreciate it, that I'm like zooming in so much and I can't really appreciate it fully. So that's why I got this device here. Were there any other alternatives at the time that I could have gotten? You know, what else is out there other than books? There's Kindles, there's Kobos, there's some other stuff. Nothing that really run Android that I liked. And I also, it's also not my first books device. I had this device here, and also luckily enough, somebody close to me went to the same university as me. Was selling one of these pretty much brand new, like it was a unused Christmas gift for them, and I got it for myself, and it was a pretty good condition. It was pretty much perfect. However, I did damage. It isn't really, it's still susceptible to drops. This is the first time I really dropped a device on my own on the concrete. You can't really see it, but there are some, like, it'll scuff up the edges a little. Like this case is not really protective in a sense. It's a magnetic case that goes here. You can really only go it on one orientation because there's a slot for the buttons, of course. But I mean, it's no big issue, It's it's whatever. Um, Maybe you get picky if on which side the fold is, but you know, whatever. I read manga, I can get used to both. Uh, let's pull up. Oh, let's pull up the same. As you can see, um, give me a four coma page. God damn it. Um, oh, I have to be at the edge, but it's uh reading on a device like this, especially since it's e-ink too. Like it's not my I really like e-ink because of the battery, because it doesn't emit light. I can read outside pretty nicely, and it's super cool. Super cool device, and I really like having dedicated devices for things, and like with this I can focus on reading. It also like encourages me to read actual books too. I do have some actual books here. Um, like okay, so like if my focus was like reading, having a dedicated device for that is super nice. Where I can like go out without distractions and stuff, or like you know, I have been trying to use my phone less and less, I guess, and having a separate device where I can like put my phone away and still enjoy stuff. Um, also enjoy stuff for longer. Like my phone is pretty old too. Like this device here is running a more recent version of Android, strangely enough. But so I don't want to run the battery on my current phone, and this emits no light other than the front light, of course, which it does work. Front light, cool. Having a device that's this size, I think it's the perfect size. It's big enough to display um, stuff pretty clearly. It's pretty nice. I know some people might say that it's too small for comics and manga or whatever, but in my opinion, is the perfect size. I could even go smaller. I was considering getting the poke, since the poke, I think you can one hand the poke a little bit better. It has side buttons rather than these thumb buttons. I'm not too big on the thumb buttons, but thumb buttons are fine. Like I can still one hand it. I think it's more coming from the phone where I have to go where I can just do this in bed. It's a lot nicer. But that also like makes me maybe I shouldn't be reading in bed. Like I should just go to sleep. A bed should be dedicated to use for sleeping, right? And obviously not reading in bed is going to be good for that. This also I guess helps though, even if I do read, like it's kind of like a book, of course. There's no blue light. I'm not sure or like light at all, I guess. I can have a lamp on, or I can have my front light really low. However, like my phone doesn't, like I don't know how really the science behind blue light works. Like I have my color off here. I have it in grayscale my phone. So I don't know if that actually if this still emits blue light, like even though I have no color on here. I don't know the science behind it. Maybe not. I don't know if there's still a bit. Whatever. Other Besides that, I still prefer this device. You know, um, the battery runs a lot more. I think like 2,300 milliamp hour, which is maybe not as impressive as my Note Air 3, which of course, it's a bigger device. It has a bigger battery. But I feel like with this, I'm less mindful of the battery compared to this per se. I feel like I might be more mindful of the drainage on here compared to this. But like, that's probably device usage, of course. It's probably placebo. Like I'm not sure how efficient these things are, but this is a note taking thing. Like, oh yeah, people do read here. I was gonna show you. People do read on this. I think it's way too big. I'm not gonna two hand my my stuff here. Maybe I can set it up for it's like two pages, like one page here, and like it'd be the same, like or even like better, like a real like a real manga, with a book. Well, one page here, page there. That'd be cool. Maybe, but I don't think I need it. It's way too big to be rocking this. Also, this is 227 PPI anyways, and what like I'm not gonna be carrying this around like in my hand. Maybe it'll be make me read less if I did that. I'd have to bring this out. It'd be much more pain. But my goal isn't really to read less. I'd say my goal is to, I guess, stay on it, stay reading more. You know, that's really it. Um, okay, why did I buy that? Well, first, would I buy the Go Color 7? Uh, if I was buying something new right now, I wanted an e-reader. The Go Color 7 looks pretty appealing. It has color. I don't really need color, but color might be nice for those lucky colored panels that occasionally show up. Um, you know, but more than likely, it's not a frequent occurrence, and I don't read or watch stuff in color that requires it, so that's not too big of um, a selling point. You do get, it. They're both 300 ppi. I guess with the color screen, I think people say that it's not as defined or not as sharp compared to just soul non-color variants. I remember people talking about it in terms of the 3C, the Air 3C, and the regular 3. And that's kind of one reason I chose to get the 3, even though I guess maybe the 3 isn't really a good purchase because it's not the biggest like improvement. Like it ain't it's kind of like a lame, in between, like why get it? Maybe wait for the next one type of thing. It's like it ain't no M1 MacBook, you know. It's it's the M2 or whatever, Less improvements. Um, so you get quicker processor. All these are the same. You get more RAM and storage, which is nice. I have been, I guess, running out of storage. How much do I have? I have 6 GB left. Blah blah blah. No stylus support, of course. You get more updated Android. It is thicker, but it weighs the same. Like, why not get this? I think the old page used to be $249, so I'm glad that they reduced the price. Would I have gotten it, or should I have waited and gotten it? For me, probably not. I think ideally, if I was like, if I knew that this was gonna come out, I didn't know, of course. I didn't keep up with like the news and stuff. But if I knew, I probably wouldn't have gotten it because I got in a really good deal on the page. This would have been what, 300 something, and also you have to have the tax. Like I paid tax on it and whatever, and the duty fee if you're not self-clearing in Canada, I guess. In US you wouldn't have to worry about that, but for me, maybe not. Other than that, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty nice device. It's the best dedicated reading option for me right now. I I could have gotten a Kindle or a Kobo or something like that. One of those more dedicated reader type of things, and then if it has a SD card, just load it up on the SD card. But I really like having Tachiyomi or Mihan because I don't have to download PDFs and stuff and like keep up with certain series that I like. I can just scroll up to reload, especially if it's like not finished. Like I don't have to wait for release dates and stuff for the PDFs to get released, which is something you have to do, or I guess I feel like that's more of like something that's, I guess, is a reason why I don't watch anime, is because you have to wait for like it's harder to keep up with the stuff when here I can just add it to a library and then load it, reload, and if there's a new chapter, I will just get immediately noticed. While with like anime, I have to keep up with like the community if I want to know if it's a new episode is released or something like that. Whatever. It's cool. It's thin. It's nice. I can hold it in one hand while I'm walking, and I don't look too weird compared to like if I was holding this. But it's cool. It belongs in my everyday whatever student carry. Notes for entertainment. Whatever. It's cool. It belongs. Even though I never really imagined myself carrying this around, it's probably the one device that helps me get by. Like if I have some time to kill, I can just easily whip it out. Compared to like my phone, where I have to worry about the battery. Like my phone is like my survival, I guess. I don't have to worry on that. I can avoid social media too and stuff. You know, stay immersed in my thing, and that's pretty cool. And that's really it. That's my video, I guess. I don't really have much else to say. It's a pretty nice device. Maybe the case isn't as durable as one would imagine a case to be. It's not a protective case. It's more of a case so the screen doesn't get scratched when you put it in your bag. You know, it has a cover for that. But like as soon as you drop it, like it'll fall out the case. It's not really some strong magnets or whatever. Um, it is a device. Like I know that people, it is an Android device, but I try not to treat it like a tech item with these e-readers. Like they're more of a single purpose. um It'll hopefully last a long time. I know books, maybe they don't last, but people have been using e-readers that from like years ago and they still work. Hopefully you'll do the same with this, even though it's Android. So and updates. Like this is a new books update. Like they added AI to my e-reader. Like I didn't need this. Why? And these new icons are all more boxy and boldish. This is all changed. At least they're updating their stuff. So maybe I worry about how it is, but in the future. But like, I'm willing to accept it. I'm willing to accept maybe it won't last as long as some other stuff. It is closer to a tech product compared to other e-readers, and that will contribute to waste or whatever. These aren't the buy it for life, whatever. I'll have to upgrade in the future, but that's okay. I use it a lot, so it's not too much of a concern for me. And it's whatever. I don't regret my purchase. I don't regret not saving for the Go Color 7. Like yeah, that has like I was saying before about being tech product. Like I don't want the newest thing. I'm content with this because this works for me, and that's something that I think maybe gets forgotten. And I'm glad that I can appreciate this device. Even though, it's not like this is an old device. This is 2023. It's just books keeps releasing so much devices and whatever. You know how it is. So yeah, cool books page. That's all I got to say. I haven't tested the speakers and the USB. It's USB-C charging. No headphone jack. I don't need one, of course. But it's a micro SD card slot too. Nice. I think I got a shitty micro SD card though, because it started like stuff wouldn't save properly. Like my images would get distorted or like corrupted. But whatever. Yeah, that's all I got. I'm kind of rambling now. I recommend it, even though maybe Boox isn't the best company, but I like their products. They have a certain look to it. And yeah, that's it. Bye bye, guys.